Hey, it's me, Ryzen, and welcome to the recap for the, the victory against the Giants. Man, the Patriots out physicaled the Giants today. Holy cow! Uh, on defense, anyway. Yeah, they just hammered. They hammered. They hit hard. Mapu had a really good pass breakup on a hard hit. Christian Ellis had the best game I think he's ever had as a Patriot. Just wow. I mean, he destroyed Jackson Dart on a hard hit. Caused a fumble from Gunnar Olszewski. That one that might have been a helmet to helmet flag, but I don't know. It's debatable because he was already mid other tackle there, so they don't usually call it if it's like that. But yeah, the the hit to Dart was completely clean, and I don't know what the heck Dart is doing, not going out of bounds, but hey, that's on him. And even if he's trying to go out of bounds there, dude, you're too slow. Like, sorry, you are. You're too slow. Like, go out of bounds quicker. Hey, Sydney. How's it going? Great win. Yeah, we're 11-2 going into the bye. Best team in football. That's for sure. Drake Maye did have a 300-yard game stolen from him because of a phantom flag. Maybe there really was a stance change. I didn't see it on the replay. I don't know. He should have had 301 yards and 3 touchdowns. Instead, he has 282 and 2 touchdowns, and he's 24-31. He's the MVP again. Stafford had a disastrous game against Carolina, so Drake Maye should absolutely be the MVP again. He should be the favorite after just destroying the Giants when Stafford couldn't even destroy the Panthers. So, yeah, I mean, that Panther win looks better and better every week. Like, the Panthers apparently are a legit good team, and we blew them out of the water. So that win looks really, really good. So not only did we beat 2 legit good teams, we beat 3. So, you can't say they haven't been tested. They have. They let's see, Henderson finally ran well, 6.1 average. I guess Stevenson fell down to 3.3, probably because he had a couple of runs for a loss. But I thought we ran the ball pretty well today, actually. Seriously, I thought they ran pretty well, except for on the goal line and in these third and short situations. They can't run against these heavy packages. It's unfortunate. But against lighter boxes, they can run just fine. So that's a positive sign. Hunter Henry had a fantastic game. Keishon Boutte had a good game with a good fade catch, and Kyle Williams had a really good catch on the sideline, deep for a touchdown, which is all we want out of Kyle Williams. So, that's good. That's good. We finally got Kyle Williams going, and that's what we want from him. We want, the one deep catch a game would be fine. Every other game or whatever, just a flash here and there, and that's all you need from Kyle Williams. Quiet day for Diggs, but contributed. Defensively, yeah, Ellis he led the team in tackles. I'm not surprised. He was a monster out there. Wow, he was incredible. Craig Woodson was largely solid. I think he had one coverage bust, or one coverage misplay. I think it was him that was responsible for the touchdown. I don't remember who it was. I thought Landry actually had a pretty decent game. Barmore was good, of course. Chison had a good game. Hawkins was pretty good out there too. Had a good pass pressure towards the end of the game. Carlton Davis dropped a pick, but he was good. He should have had an interception, but he dropped it. Anthony Jennings was pretty good in this game. I mean, he had to play more. I thought Elijah Ponder looked the best he's looked all year, so Farmer had a good game. Mapu was decent when he was in there, so I don't think anybody really played poorly on the defense, which is good. Yeah, the Bills I'm not too worried about. I think the Patriots are better. I like that. So that game for the game after the bye is for the division. If the Patriots win that game, the division is over. We clinch it. It's done. And it's at Foxborough. I just don't see the Patriots losing that game in Foxborough now that it is for the division. And then, of course, you have the Ravens. I'm sorry, the Ravens suck. They're a bad team. offensively. Like Lamar is one of the worst quarterbacks in football right now. I don't know if he's just injured, but he sucks. The guy can only run, and he can't run anymore. So I don't know. He can't throw the ball. Hey, soccer. If only the Eagles could show up like the Pats have this year. Yeah, I never thought that the Patriots would be the best team in football, but here we are. And I thought I thought the NFC was stronger in general, but watching this week, no, I'm not so sure. I think the whole NFL is wide open. The Rams are beatable. They're beatable. They're not invincible. They have flaws. The Eagles have flaws. Broncos have flaws in the AFC. Kansas City's not even going to make the playoffs. Indy has flaws. All these best elite teams have flaws. Yeah, he did beat the Rams, which is weird. Yeah. So, just looking at it, and I think the whole NFL is wide open. Honestly, maybe the best complete team is New England. And even we have flaws, can't run in third and short situations, have some red zone issues, but we get explosive plays to compensate. So, every team has flaws, and it's gonna matter basically who has, I think, the best coaching staff to overcome their flaws. And right now, Braves is up there. He's completely turned the culture around, and it's just impressive to see. Like, it really is. I mean, I thought a 10-win season would be a success, and I may have undershot it. Like, I was thinking 9 to 10 wins, be in the hunt for a playoff spot. But no, they're not only in the hunt, they're a Super Bowl contender. And they're arguably the best team in football. And it's just crazy what has happened here. I mean, and it's not just bad teams that they're blowing bad teams out of the water. Obviously, they struggled. They had the Bengals. They had a close one against them. Although the Bengals defense apparently has gotten better, so that close win doesn't look so bad now. They blew out the Giants. I mean, they competed with the Bucks and beat them. They just flat out beat the Bills. The Bears are doing well too. Not so much because of Caleb, but Ben Johnson is just awesome. Ben Johnson is a real awesome coach. Caleb still, you watch Caleb, at least from what I've seen in Caleb Williams, and he's slow to process things still, but has a lot of physical talents and physical gifts. Just slow to process and read things, but if he overcomes that, he's going to be a real good quarterback. But the question is, can he actually can the game slow down for him? But you got Ben Johnson. You can compensate for anything. That guy's an offensive play calling genius. He's what Andy Reid, frankly, wishes he was now, because Andy Reid's lost it. I don't know if the rest of the league is just caught up to Andy Reid or whatever it is, but their play calling sucks now, and it's not creative. Teams kind of take a lot of it away now. A lot of their screens that they like to run, their creative little slant plays, they just get taken away. And Mahomes is just like, I know statistically he's having a better year than last year. You actually watch the tape, and he's not as good as he was even last year. I don't think he was very good last year either. I don't know. Mahomes is strange. He misses so many deep shots, misses so many open receivers, misses reads. Just he's been such a mediocre quarterback this year, despite the stats. Like, box scores are not always accurate to what's going on the field. You're blaming the Madden curse on the Eagles season? I think it's because they didn't build the wide receivers back. Yeah, I know. Oh, Joe Burrow? Yeah, he's running for his life all the time. Sad thing is, the Bengals could make the playoffs with how bad Pittsburgh and the Ravens are, and they're both bad. I can't believe the Patriots fumbled away that Steelers game. That just looks so bad. And then the Raiders game was just their anomaly game. Every team has that. But yeah, the Ravens blow. The Steelers suck. So, maybe 9-8 will do it in that division. It's possible. Hell, maybe 8-9 will do it. I'm serious. I mean, that division is terrible. if Joe had the Eagles D line from last year, even 4 or 5 titles, Burrow's good. Obviously he's a statue back there, which is his problem, and he's not really like if you put Drake behind that line, I think the Bengals are a lot more successful because Drake does things to mitigate bad O lines. Speaking of the O line today, I thought Fedarian Lowe was very good. I thought he was excellent out there. I thought Ben Brown did a good job. Bradbury was good despite being sick. Owenu and Moses were good. Um, yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with what I saw out of Fedarian Lowe. I mean, like I said in the preview, Will Campbell is not as good as you think he is, or think he's been, and Fedarian Lowe is not as bad as you think he is. He was good today. He was very good. I mean, Abdul Carter got him a couple of times, but other than that, he was very solid. And if that's the level of tackle play we're going to get, that's good. That's more than good enough. So the Patriots win. What's the score? 33-15. Really, the 15, it's a little misleading. The Giants scored off of a tricky, gimmicky crap. I thought Jackson Dart was terrible in this game. He was 17-24 for 139, but I mean, he barely even did anything. Stat-wise, doesn't look that bad, but I'd be interested to check the film on it because I don't think he played particularly well at all. I'm amazed he even made it through the game. Let's see, he gave up 111 yards on the ground. Dart really couldn't run the ball very well himself in this game, which is a huge part of his game. So he took that away basically, which is good. Singletary did get 68 yards, but a lot of that was the Patriots were giving him run yards in the second half. Really, I mean, for some reason the Giants just kept running the ball when they were down 20 points. I don't understand. Saw the play where he got lit up. Oh, he did get lit up, and I'm sorry, that's a legal hit. Like, get out of bounds. Sorry. And then Ellis was smart. He didn't retaliate. He probably knew that as soon as he hammered him, I bet the Giants are going to start a fight, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to walk away. And he did. Sorry, man. Like, you got to get out of bounds. Just want to have the Patriots win it all, and the division would be great. Look, we weren't even supposed to be in contention for the division. But not only are we in contention for the division, I think it's more likely. I'd be curious to see what the percentage of the Patriots winning the division now is, but it's probably like 80%. It's got to be very high. The Bills. Who do they play next week? Do they play Houston next week? They might, or is it Kansas City that plays Houston? Let me look at the Buffalo Bills schedule. They play when we're on our bye. Oh, they play the Bengals. That's a tough one. Okay. Oh, it's Pittsburgh. I guess they don't play Houston. I guess, yeah, Kansas City plays Houston, right? Okay. By the way, I'm not picking KC to win that game. I think KC loses that game, and that's the end of them. I can see the Bengals beating the Bills, and then basically they're done in the division. But failing that, I think the Patriots will just beat them after the bye anyway. And I think Denver played. We need Denver to lose next week to maintain the number 1 seed. They play the Raiders, and I know that's like, oh, they play the Raiders, they're gonna win. I don't know. They barely held on against the Commanders. Remember, at home, the Broncos almost lost to the Raiders. Like, going to the Raiders. Denver is one of those teams that can just lose to anybody at any time. So it's quite possible that they can drop that game. And then they got to play the Packers. So, I mean, our schedule is much easier than Denver's schedule. Eagles need to win out and have Chicago lose at least 1 or 2. Get the tiebreaker of everybody else. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Chicago's going to get the number 1 seed. I'd be stunned if it wasn't Chicago or the Rams. The Eagles have, like, serious offensive flaws. I don't know. Jalen Hurts is terrible this year, and the receivers are just all pissed off about it. It's so weird. Chances are, like, AJ Brown's gonna leave at the end of the year. Packers are overrated. I don't know. They're pretty good. Eagles versus Chargers. Yep, that's a big one. I know Herbert broke a bone in one of his hands, but it's his non-throwing hand, so he should be out there. I don't think that matters at all. Um, I could see either one winning that game, but I mean the Chargers really need to win to stay above Kansas City. Kansas City's like screwed. They need like 3 or 4 teams ahead of them to like lose, and then they have to win out to have any hope. And even if they win out, it's still 50-50 whether they get in. I'm curious what happens to Andy Reid if they miss the playoffs, especially if they're eliminated over the next couple of weeks. Like, does he really get fired? It's quite possible. Somebody's got to get fired. I don't know if it's going to be Spags or Nagy or Reed, but one of them's getting fired if KC doesn't miss the playoffs. Yeah, probably not Andy, but they'll fire somebody. Probably Spags. He'll probably take the fall because of how bad that defense is, and it is bad. It is a bad defense. I think Chris Jones largely ruined their defense by taking all their cap, and for a player that is frankly mediocre now. I mean, they have terrible safeties. Oh, and then Trent McDuffie over there. He's awful. That guy is a terrible corner. I can't believe they chose him over Snead. What the hell were they thinking in Kansas City? I know they chose they chose Jones over Snead, but that looks like it was a mistake now at this point. I know Snead hasn't been good since leaving, but he was good on Kansas City. Age is hurting KC now. Oh yeah, absolutely it is. They're an old team, and they have a quarterback that is not as good as they thought he was. I've never been big on Mahomes. I've always thought the comparisons to Brady were absolutely absurd and ridiculous. Because I've watched film of Mahomes, and he still does the same shit he did when he was younger. He still misses open guys. He still can't throw a deep ball to save his life. He still can't read a defense very well. He is awful post-snap. I mean, these are things that he's been doing his whole career, and he's never fixed it. When you have an elite head coach, sure, you can get away with that. But when your head coach, who's your offensive play calling, the rest of the league catches up to him, well, I guess your quarterback better be good. Oh yeah, and Kelsey is almost certainly retiring. In fact, Kelsey has to retire. They have no cap. They're like 40 million over the cap. Like, they have to have Kelsey retire. It's not an option. Like, if he doesn't retire, it kills their cap situation completely. Like, Chiefs fans' cope is that they'll be better next year. No, they won't. They'll be worse. Kelsey's actually been better this year than last year, but you're paying him way too much money for a guy that's just a good tight end at this point. And they need cap, and they don't have any money. So I don't know what Kansas City is going to do. I mean, I guess you could hope you get lucky in the draft, I guess. Maybe. It's basically their only hope because they can't sign anybody. Andy Reid could try to trade for A.J. Brown. They can't trade for A.J. Brown. They have no money. Like, they legit have no cap. They're like, I think they're 40 million over the cap. They're 20 to 40 million over the cap, somewhere around there. Like, over the cap. At the end of the year, they have no means of getting A.J. Brown. There's very few teams that could get A.J. Brown. The Patriots are one of them. You gotta have a lot of cap to get A.J. Brown. Like, Buffalo, they could try it, but they'd have to do a lot of restructuring. They're in a better situation than KC, but not by much. KC's in a horrendous situation. Just cap-wise, they just are. They're just in a horrendous situation. Anything else to note in the game? We got fooled on a wildcat run. That sucked. Henderson seems to be RB1 now, so actually they split carries today. I guess Stevenson had one more carry than Henderson. Henderson definitely ran better. He's better running back, that's for sure. He did have a horrendous pass block rep though. Oh my god, it was bad. He got Drake May lit up. Man. And he read it right too, but his technique sucks. Like you gotta hit that hard, man. If you're gonna block a bigger guy, like you know how James White used to do it? You just run into the guy and you gotta use all your momentum to slow him up. You can't just like take a few steps, run into him. No, you gotta full force right into him. And he just didn't do that. He'll get better though. I like Henderson. This does look like the best draft class we've had in a long time, though. I mean, Will Campbell's been been good. I wouldn't say fantastic, but he's been good. Obviously, he's injured now, but he'll be back for the playoffs. Jared Wilson's been okay to good, so he'll come back for the playoffs too. Actually, he might come back after the bye. He's not on IR. His injury is probably less severe. I know it's a high ankle sprain, but it must be a grade one. Who they taking the third? Kyle Williams. Yeah, not Kyle Williams looks good. So that looks good. Craig Woodson was a starting quality safety, so that's good. Swenson, I don't know what he did today. Whatever. If he gives us special team reps, fine, whatever. I think that's what he's basically doing right now, and I didn't see anything bad. I mean, they were good on special teams, so I'm assuming he contributed. I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to who makes the tackle on special teams, but I'm sure he was good. Nobody was bad on special teams, so let's see. Who'd they take in the six? Andy. Oh, Andy missed a kick today. Whatever. He's missed 3 all year. It's fine. He'll be fine. Look, the Giants kicker kicked the freaking ground, okay? In the funniest thing I've ever seen. He kicked the ground. And then the holder had to get up, run around, and got sacked by Joshua Farmer. The funniest thing I have ever seen in my life with a kicker. So embarrassing. We drafted in the long snapper there, Ashby. He's been good. Andy's been good. Kobe Minor gave us special team snaps back earlier in the season for Mr. Irrelevant. That's not bad. Awesome draft class. Elliot Wolf was right. I think they were using Bill Belichick's system still last year, and it showed. Because that's what Gerard Mayo was used to, and it led them to getting really horrifically bad players. Elliot Wolf got to use his own system this time that they were putting in place, and yeah, it worked. Got some good players. Team's depth is better than we thought. All in all, it looks good. I mean, we're 11-2 going into the bye. And let's see if we can wrap up the division in a couple of weeks. But I think I'll just end it off here. It's late. Obviously, no Liz because she's got to go to work in the morning. So I'm just doing it myself today. Yeah. So all in all, Drake's the MVP. Patriots are the best team in football. Well on our way to making a potential Super Bowl push here. So things are looking up in New England. After 5, just so dark here. I'm so sorry to the rest of the NFL. I am so sorry. I did not expect to find one of the best quarterbacks in football for this team to find one of the best quarterbacks in football so quickly after Tom Brady. I'm so sorry. You're right. We don't deserve it, but it is what it is. Life's not fair. So we'll see if this team can finish strong. This should be able to. All right. This is Ryzen. Thanks for hanging out. Not going to do anything over the bye week for the NFL because why bother? Unless, like, I don't know, the Broncos lose or something. Maybe I could do something that just points out that we're the number 1 seed still, but, like, probably not. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.